I'm recording now. Hello, so this is my 3-week update. Since I started testosterone, it's actually 3 weeks and a couple days. We've been super busy and just haven't been able to make this happen. So, still not a lot to say when it comes to physical changes, though I have noticed a couple of small changes. It's so gradual. It's hard to notice. My voice has changed a little bit. Not my talking voice. My talking voice pretty much sounds the same, but what I've noticed is that my range has changed. Especially when I'm trying to sing in my truck, I can go lower than I used to be able to go, and it's marked. There's a marked difference in my high notes. I can't do what I used to be able to do. Not that I was a good singer, but you can, even if you're singing badly, you can tell if what you used to be able to do changed. So that happened. Also, it seems like my legs, the muscles, they're not bigger, but they just feel more solid. They feel harder. So that's nice. That's exciting. And then also, my shoulder muscles seem rounder, like they're just becoming more solid and filling out more. They were always pretty strong. It's just, I don't know, it's always been like that for me, but they just seem to be getting a little bit bigger, so that's exciting. Other than that, no more physical changes. My mood was a little bit worse this week, but I had a rough week at work. I'm in a really stressful time at work, and I'm having a hard time juggling everything that's going on with work and everything going on with the holidays, and just there's a lot going on in my life right now. So I don't know that was necessarily testosterone based. I've just felt really overwhelmed with things to do. So, what else? Oh, I did have a couple exciting things. I mean, there's a lot more to transitioning than just your body changing. There is a whole slew of other things that need to happen. Like name changes, sex changes, telling people, changing pronouns, so on and so forth. So I was one of the poor people to be blessed with a really girly birth name. So I haven't been going by that name for about 3 years now, but I hadn't actually legally changed it. But I jumped through all the hoops, and in the state I live in, there are hoops, and my name change was final on the 19th, so I'm really excited about that. I am now officially Dade. I left my last name and everything the same. I just got rid of the girly first name, so I'm excited about that. And the next step is for me to go to the DMV and change my name on my driver's license. And at the DMV, at least in the state where I am, you don't have to have a legal sex change with the state or federally, whatever it is, in order to change the sex on your driver's license. You just have to have a letter from your therapist. So when I go to change the name on my driver's license, I can also change the sex, which I'm really excited about, because it's embarrassing to go to a bar and get ID'd and have them all think you're a dude, and then there's just the questions and the looks, and I'd be happy to be done with that. So I'm super excited about that. Another thing that was big and terrifying, but now is exciting, is this morning, well, last night I sat down and I wrote a letter on my computer, like a hypothetical letter of coming out as being transgendered and that I'm transitioning to most all of the people that are in my life. And this is with the exception of the people at work, because that is just going to be a disaster when that happens. But all my friends and acquaintances and people like that. And so I wrote up the hypothetical letter, and then this morning Tiffany and I took that letter and we went down the list of all my Facebook friends and chose all the pertinent ones. We didn't send it to the people that I haven't seen for, 6 years, and they just still happen to be my friends, Facebook friends. But we sent it to everyone, and I pushed that little button, and it sent off. It was terrifying. I got this burst of terrified energy afterwards and just kind of fluttered around the house in a bit of a panic. But almost immediately we started getting responses back of people saying that they support us and that they admire our courage and our integrity, and that's awesome. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some people that have a negative reaction, but the ones that have responded so far haven't. So it's just nice to feel not as alone in the whole thing. So Tiff and I know that at least we have some friends that understand and are supportive of us. So that's been really awesome. Did I have anything else? I always ask her if I have anything else because I forget when I get, I don't know, camera shy. No? Okay. So that's it. I was going to talk about something else, but this is getting kind of long and I'm not going to, but maybe I'll talk about it next week. I just wanted to talk about what it's like from my perspective, being transgendered and having, at least at first, a partner that's not supportive or unsupportive. Even though Tiffany now is completely supportive, she had a process to go through when this all started, and she deserved to have that process, definitely. But I just wanted to talk about, from my perspective, what it's like to have your partner go through that process at first when they're not supportive, and then also the repercussions that I have from that, and the added pressures that I feel with my transition to make it just wonderful for her from now on, because of those. So unless there's some drastic change physically that I have next week that'll be, that I'll talk about instead, then maybe I'll go into that, because it's definitely a journey for both of us, with some really positive things, but then with some really difficult things and mountains that we're going to have to continually go through. So that's it. I hope you all have a great holiday season, and I'll see you next week.